Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Zia and I am from Australia. I am so excited to be sharing with you my first ever speed build here on Sims 4. Today we are in the world of Henford On Bagley on lot 3 Olde Mill Lane. I just love this world. I love the scenery, I love all the trees, and I absolutely love the more of the open world gameplay in this world. So the house that I'm building today is a country cottage, and it is a cream exterior with black and white doors and windows. The house ends up being a 2-bedroom house that can sleep 3 to 4 Sims. We have a full-size bathroom and laundry upstairs and a toilet downstairs, but you'll see that in the floor plan when we get to that. So it took me a while to get the roofing done. I cut out a fair bit of that footage because I didn't want to bore you with it, and I ended up having to change the roof towards the end because when I went to do the upstairs there was all the roof inside, so I had to restructure the roof. The house is elevated on the lot, so as you can see here I'm just doing the terrain manipulation, and the front of the lot will be covered in so many flowers and trees. I think it looks really good. So you'll see me placing a lot of flowers and the daisies to line everything. I do cut a fair chunk of that out because I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see me laying about 10,000 of these daisies around all of the paths. I've added loads and loads of flowers because I just had a vision of this house having loads of bees and birds, and it just being filled with nature. It really came to life, I thought, by adding in all of these extra plants. I do add a bird house and the new rabbit hollow. I'm not too sure what you call the rabbit house, but I add those two things to the build as well, so that we've got wildlife coming in to the lot to make the house have more of that country feel. So you'll see me laying so many of these daisies, hundreds and hundreds of these daisies. So I ended up with over 10 hours of footage, and I'm pretty sure the majority of it was me lining the pathways and the garden beds with these daisies. With one of the latest updates that we got with Sims 4, they come in all different colours now other than the white, which is fantastic. I have used the white for this build, and the delphinium from the romantic garden, I just absolutely love that particular flower as well. That's the tall one with the white brushy kind of flowers. I really like that pack's flowers actually. I use them in a lot of my builds, and for this particular build I've chosen to use the white in those ones and the shorter bluebelly ones that are white as well. I'm not too sure what they're called, but you just saw me place those there with the lavender. So I find that the garden really popped when giving the garden beds multiple heights with the different flowers that I chose. I've added in a lot of the decoration flower pots as well, just because I would like to keep some colour when it's, fall and winter, when all the rest of the flowers kind of die off. So I've used some of the plants from the decorations inventory as well, just so that they don't look dead in winter. I don't know about you, but it always makes me sad to see the plants die off because the lots just look so drab. I wish they could stay colourful all year round. So now we're moving onto the roof again, so you can see that the roof is pretty much finished here. What you see me putting down now doesn't actually stay at the end, so that will end up getting changed. So I'm just doing the layout upstairs. And now downstairs I'm putting the one bathroom behind the stairs. And we're just decorating that now. Bathrooms tend to be relatively same for me in just about every build that I do. I tried to mix this one up a little bit and put some artwork and so forth in there to make it look somewhat pretty instead of just functional. So we're moving on to the kitchen now. It's quite a large kitchen and I have a fair bit of bench space in there, and it's an eat-in kitchen, so the dining room is at the bay window there. I've tried not to clutter up the kitchen too much. I wanted it to stay relatively simple and highly functional. You'll notice I did have some lighting issues in the corner here with putting the flower pot plant on the wall. Didn't matter what I did with the lighting, I could not get it to actually show in the correct colour. So I removed it and replaced it with painting instead. I chose the wallpaper from Country Living pack and I've alternated it between the two, so we've got the different flow of the wallpaper for every wall tile. The dining room table and chairs set is from the Backyard Stuff pack. I actually really like the items that we got in that pack and I do use them quite a lot. I think that's the first time I've used them inside, but yeah, I thought it worked really well in the kitchen there. So I don't actually have all of the packs. There are a few that I just have not got. I might get them in the future, but I definitely don't have all of them. For this build though, I think I have used every single pack that I do have. So if you download it from the gallery, you'll be able to see what packs I have used, and there is a few of them. So I used the wallpaper in this room from the Paranormal pack. I really like that wallpaper in the colour that I chose, in that muted colour. Some of the others are a little bit vibrant. I have used another one of them upstairs in the bedroom from that pack. Anyway, we move on to the sunroom at the side of the house now. So I envisage this to be more of like a parlour kind of area where Sims can do gardening, so they can grow some flowers in the pots and so forth that I've placed, and they can also do their painting down the other end. I've put the flower arranging table out here as well as another item for the Sims to do. So I envisage that one of the Sims that lives here just loves plants and loves gardening, really flowers. As you'll see when we get further into the build, you'll just see how many flowers are in this build. So I really imagine that the Sim who lives here really does love all things flowers. So we're moving on upstairs to the upstairs bathroom. That's a full bathroom, and we also have the laundry in there as well. I've put in 2 laundry baskets, and that's because in gameplay my Sims are a little bit slack and don't generally do the laundry all the time. So I really hate laundry being just left beside the bed or wherever they decide to change into another outfit and you have a pile of clothes. So I've put 2 laundry baskets there in the bathroom just so that I don't end up with laundry clutter all over the house. We are moving on into the main bedroom. So this is the bedroom with the double bed. In here there is the computer, and you'll see that there was all light wood tones to start with, and then I've changed it all to the darker wood tones. I think that actually works better. I do change the floor colour to the darker light wood colour. That is one of the new colours that we received in the update of all of the base game 1000 swatch update. So I thought I would try it out, and I absolutely love this floor, and I'm so glad that we now have it in a variety of colours. So moving on now into the other bedroom. So this bedroom can be used for, I'm assuming, like 2 teens or maybe a child and a teen. I've put in here 2 computers. I haven't really decorated it to any specific personality. You know, if you download this from the gallery, you can change it yourself to meet your Sims needs, but I've just left it fairly basic with the essentials there of computers and so forth. Moving on to the pond. So yes, the build has a pond fully equipped with fish so that they can do the simple living lot trait if you want to. I really like how this pond turned out. It just looks really beautiful, and you'll see I've put in one of the little waterfall features as well, which looks really cute. And you can see we're doing more daisies. We just have loads and loads and loads of flowers. I've added some ducks to the pond as well, and they just look really pretty. I love the ducks and the swans and the geese that came in this pack. They do look really cool. The lot does have a pool, and I also have a pavilion type area off to the side where I have a barbecue, dining table and chairs, and also a Don't Wake the Llama setting for 4, so that there's a little bit for the Sims to do when they have guests over. Originally I was going to have the pavilion all with the trim around the top, however I ended up changing that, and we've got a full wall down the end where the barbecue is. So I'm making another garden off the side of the pavilion, so it gives the Sims a really lovely place to sit and look when they're eating and entertaining their friends. I've also added some hanging plants as well, just to add a little bit more dimension to the area. So this is more like an outdoor kitchen area. So you'll see here that I'm adding in the windows so that you can still see out, and just adding in some more plants now. So out the back here is where I've added some garden beds. This is, so if you did want to use the simple living trait on this lot, you'll be able to grow your own food here. So it was my expectation for the Sims that live here, that they would plant the flowers in the inside of the house in that sunroom area, and use those on the flower arranging table and grow their food outside. Now I'm putting in a play area for children. So in that area we just have the swing set and the jungle gym set. I put in the dollhouse and also the tent thing that we got. I don't know what that's called, sorry. So there's a few activities for children if you decide to have children living in this house. So we've got the iconic chess table from The Sims that you see in just about every build. That goes into that kind of little seating area, cobblestone area at the side there. It has a really beautiful outlook over the field and over the play area. So it took so long to do all of these gardens, but I'm actually really pleased with how they turned out. I think they look really pretty. So I'll be really interested to hear your comments on what you think of the gardens and whether or not you like putting lots of flowers and so forth in your builds. Here I've put an archway. It's not going to be used as a wedding arch or anything like that, but this is another seating area. So here we have the fire pit and a couple of chairs for Sims to come and sit at. I've also put in the horseshoe game. So I've tried to add a few group activities to this build so that when my Sims have their friends over, there's lots of activities for them to do. So now I'm just going in and putting all the lighting in for nighttime, to make sure that everything's well lit if the Sims need to be outside at night. So I'm just using these base game lights and popping them around the build. You'll see I also used a couple of the beautiful lights that we got from the Courtyard Oasis kit. I really like using that particular lantern type light in the black in the garden setting. I think it looks really pretty. Just adding some trim to the pavilion roof, and then I also add a nice little sitting area on the other side of the house. I thought it would be a really nice spot to sit there and just look at the fields and read a book. You could even put an easel there and have your Sims paint from reference there. I just thought it was a really pretty spot. So that just about wraps up the build. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you've stayed this long, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed watching the build as much as I've enjoyed making it. So we will move on into screenshots shortly. Hopefully you will like this build and be back for my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.